Imagine waking up one day and realizing you're no longer in control of your own life. Not because someone kidnapped you, not because someone threatened you, but because something much worse moved in. Something that lives inside your mind. Something that knows exactly what you want and exactly how to make you give everything away. Today we're talking about addiction and what happens when you let it take control. It never starts as a monster. It starts as a friend. Maybe it's a drink after a stressful day. Maybe it's gambling. Maybe it's drugs. Maybe it's endless scrolling. Maybe it's something nobody else even notices. At first, it feels harmless. Nothing bad happens. Why would it? After all, you're still in control. Or at least, that's what you think. The strange thing about addiction is that it always gives you something before it starts taking things away. Stress disappears. Pain becomes quieter. Loneliness fades. Fear goes silent. For a moment, everything feels better. A voice in your head whispers, "See? I help you." So you come back, again, and again, and again. But while you're focused on what you're gaining, you're not noticing what you're losing. Because addiction doesn't attack you immediately. It invests in you. Soon, the thing that once felt optional becomes necessary. You wake up thinking about it. You work thinking about it. You sleep thinking about it. Every moment becomes a countdown until the next fix. Whenever you try to walk away, something pulls you back. Whenever you say, "I'm done," a voice inside laughs, because addiction knows something terrifying. It doesn't need to be stronger than you. It only needs to be stronger than your worst day. And eventually, everyone has a worst day. Then the stealing begins, not all at once, slowly, carefully. First, it takes your time. Hours disappear, days blur together, opportunities pass by unnoticed. Then it takes your money, then your energy, then your trust. Friends begin to leave, family begins to worry. People stop believing promises they've heard 100 times before. You keep saying, "I'll stop tomorrow." Tomorrow arrives. Nothing changes. You say it again, and again, and again. One day, you look in the mirror, and for the first time, something feels wrong. The person staring back doesn't look familiar anymore. The hobbies are gone. The dreams are fading. The ambitions that once kept you awake at night have disappeared. Everything that made you who you are has been pushed aside. There is only one priority now. Feed the addiction, again, and again, and again. And that's when the real horror begins. Because addiction isn't just taking things from you anymore, it's replacing you. People imagine addiction as chains, but chains are visible. Addiction is a prison where the doors are open. You could leave, at least that's what everyone says. But every time you reach for freedom, something stops you. The cravings, the anxiety, the emptiness, the fear, the discomfort becomes unbearable. So you stay, not because you want to, because the prison convinced you it's safer inside. And that's what makes addiction so terrifying. The cage isn't made of steel. It's made from your own thoughts. Years pass. The addiction grows stronger, and your voice grows weaker. Soon it starts making every decision. What you spend, who you call, where you go, what matters, what doesn't. You are still there, somewhere deep inside, watching, listening, screaming, but unable to take back control. Imagine being trapped inside your own mind, watching yourself destroy your future, watching yourself hurt the people you care about, watching opportunities disappear forever, and feeling powerless to stop it. That's what addiction can become, not a habit, not a mistake, a parasite, one that slowly replaces you piece by piece until there's almost nothing left. Then comes the final stage, the stage nobody wants to talk about. The stage where even the thing you crave stops making you happy. The relief becomes shorter, the highs become weaker, the satisfaction disappears. But the hunger remains. The addiction keeps demanding more time, more money, more sacrifices, more of you, until there is nothing left to give. And in the end, you find yourself sitting alone in the darkness. The addiction won, But even the winner looks miserable because addiction doesn't want happiness. It doesn't want peace. It doesn't want fulfillment. It wants consumption, endless consumption, and it will keep taking until there's nothing left. Here's the terrifying truth. Addiction doesn't arrive looking like a monster. If it did, nobody would let it in. It arrives looking like comfort, relief, escape, a solution to your pain, something that promises to make life easier. But every time you hand it a little more control, you give away a little more of yourself. Until one day, you wake up and realize the thing making your decisions isn't you anymore. It's the thing you fed, the thing you trusted, the thing you thought you controlled. And by then, it may be controlling you. The scariest part isn't that addiction can destroy a life. The scariest part is how quietly it begins.